Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing on this beautiful Saturday morning? Man, I can't believe I just did what I did. Oh well, I'll have to go about fixing it live. We'll do it live. No big deal. Anyway, hope you all are having a great start to your day. Good morning, Mr. B. Shady, Mr. TC Blades, Mr. Apex Carry EDC, Mr. Nick T, Mr. Projectiles Are Sharp, and I think that catches us up. It's good TV. We'll do it live. All right. So, you will understand what I lost here in a minute when I get to that point. It's such a little microscopic thing that I don't know how in the world I would have kept up with it anyway. All right. So what did I have in my pockets last night? I had my Devo Buzz that I love. This is one of, in my opinion, this is probably one of their most classic looking knives. I mean, they have quite a few, but I really do like the Buzz. This one has skiffs in it, but it feels kind of mushy because I've got to have a lot of lock bar pressure to have decent detent. So it's kind of one of those knives. Doesn't feel the snappiest, but still feels super nice in hand. And then in my back pocket, I had my Tyrant Ultra. Good morning, Ed. And then in my back left pocket, I had my Vespa. I actually was out in the yard and I cut some vines with this thing yesterday, and I was super impressed with how it did. Knife never ceases to amaze me for what I can get done with it. Yeah, so that's what I had. And then yesterday in the mailbox, I got a couple of knives. One is this little sack. I think this is called the Cadet. Aluminum. Super cool pattern on it. I like the grippiness. This is that one I got for 20 bucks. Couldn't pass it up. So it has I guess four tools. Yeah, so that's that little Cadet. Couldn't hurt to have another Swiss Army knife. I've only got a couple, actually. The only actual half stop is the screwdriver. So that's kind of weird. The rest of them don't have a half stop. But yeah, couldn't pass that up for 20 bucks. And then I also got in the next topic of discussion, which is the sheep's foot blade and the drop point blade for the Tyrant Ultra. These are D2 blade steel. I think they actually have some markings on this side, yeah. So I know I myself was super curious whether these would fit in this. And, well, they do. But there's a but. So let me turn the microphone to where you can hear everything, because that will help with. All right, so now you should hear some background noise. So this blade fits in really snugly, and when I hold these up next to each other, they look pretty much identical. Tolerances are very nice on both of them. But when I put this blade in here, it's got a ton of lock rock. So I don't know if y'all can hear that, but it's audible. It moves so much it's audible. Good morning, Knives Are Life. So they do fit, but there's a little bit of a fitment issue. And it's not this play, it's just vertical play. So I figured out a perfect fix for these. So this is for anybody who has one of these and wants to fix it. And this is actually the piece that I lost when I was changing mats. So basically all you need is a little piece of a rubber band. These are smaller rubber bands, and you need it cut to about the right size. So there's the little piece of rubber band that I have. And all you do is right here in the end of it, where the blade goes in, you simply take the rubber band and you press it down in there. And if you get it right, it'll pretty much hold itself in. Of course, I had it set before I got home and decided I would take it out so I could show y'all the blade play. Once you get it laid in there right, you can use your fingernail to basically hold it perfectly into place. And basically what you will get is you will have a little rubber band in that little part right there. So then when you take one of the replacement blades and you put it in here, that provides the perfect amount to where it does not wiggle at all now. Perfectly locked up. So you can see that that spacer goes right in there, and it keeps force on that blade, and it actually works way better than I thought it would. And you can swap out the blades and leave that little piece in there, and all the OG blades will work perfectly with that little mod. And it's just a tiny little piece. You can't even really notice it. But yeah, it just sticks up right there on the top, and it makes it to where the blade does not wiggle one bit. Absolutely zero. So I was glad I was able to find that fix. Now, next topic of discussion, I haven't tried to see if the original blade will fit with the rubber band. But yes, it will too. So you don't even have to take it out. All right. So Mr. Winter Pudding, last night, he commented on my fix for this. And he said that he was in contact, that the original designer got in contact with him and basically told him that he was going to be hurting his business if he continued to sell these. So Winter Pudding agreed to stop selling them. He said that the guy from Exceed Designs told him that his margins were too low and that he was going to be hurting his business. So Winter Pudding decided to not sell any more of them. He's just going to sell out of the ones he has. And he's not going to make any more. So that was pretty cool in my book. It's pretty shocking, the fact that he did have enough morals to do that. And it kind of makes me think that if other people would handle situations a little better, they might all be that willing to work with people. But, you know, it is what it is. Kind of cool. I appreciated seeing that. Yeah, the rubber works perfect because it's a little spongy and it gives it just that right amount of friction. The zip tie probably, I mean, this is a tiny, tiny little piece of rubber band. I mean, it's one of those real thin rubber bands to begin with, and it actually works perfect. My first fix was to just wrap a piece of paper around it and put it in there, but that was a lot more noticeable. But the rubber gives, and even the original blade will fit with the rubber in there. So that's a awesome little fix. I prefer the drop point blade because that's my style. But yeah, it has absolutely zero blade play, no noise, no nothing. Perfectly locked up. So yeah, I appreciate that from both people involved. You know, I appreciate the fact that Exceed reached out to him and let him know that it was going to cut into his business. And I appreciate Winter Pudding for the fact that he was willing to do that. So, yeah. Now, next, Green Thorn just released a new knife throughout the night. And that is this knife. And it is a fit strip, Centerpoint design. So this is the original. This is not the clone. But there's a shot of the... Whoops. And here's a shot of the clones. So they released 2 different blade versions, and they released them in VG10 and M390 blade steel. Looks like it's pretty true to form. It's, you know, Green Thorn does their thing, so there's that one, and there's that one. I like Centerpoint designs. This is a very limited edition, so this is one of those knives where it's not going to cut into his margins because he's going to sell out of every one of these he makes. And actually, they're already sold out. So there's no buying one of those. This video from Recon 1 was 10 months ago. So yeah, I like when they wait a year, you know, let a limited edition run sell out and then put out some for the masses to be able to enjoy. So that's pretty cool. All right. Yeah, water flowing in the background is pretty cool. All right. Yeah, the blades are $8. To answer your question, these blades are $7.99, and they're made in their D2 blade steel. And eventually, if you're going to own one of these, you're going to need to buy replacement blades from Exceed. And that's kind of why I went about trying to figure out a way to make an easy fix. But yeah, these D2 blades are only $7.99. I got 2 of them with shipping for like $23 or something. And it looks like the sheep's foot one is the best value for money because you get a bigger blade. But y'all know me, I like my drop points. Everybody's being awful quiet this morning. Not much of nothing being said. All right. Guess it's going to be one of those. Well, what are we going to talk about today? It is laid back Saturday, so I do not care in the least bit. I don't mind if we just go look at some blade binge or some knife swap, or go look at something new y'all thought about. Oh, I missed those Kaisers was that yesterday? Yeah, I totally missed those circuit board Kaisers, if that was yesterday. Well, what was that? See if they're still available. Maybe they come out today. I could have sworn I was going to set an alarm. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they did sell out. Yep, I knew I should have. Mushroom Tracy, good morning. I knew I should have set an alarm for those. Was anyone able to pick one up? Sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. Morning, JD. A Raspberry Pi Zero on the side of it, mister? I bet I could make a Raspberry Pi Zero one. Now I want to go back and make sure those did drop yesterday. Man, I knew I meant to set an alarm. Dang it. Makes me mad. 313. Yeah, it wasn't on here. It was on somewhere else. I was going to get the blue one of that one and the black one of that one, and I totally missed it. Anybody that's into electronics and knives should love that. Oh well, maybe I'll run across one on the secondary. I guess I'll throw my email in here. Can't type this morning. I doubt they'll be back around, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that they manufactured boards to work for them. I don't think they made them. I think they're all the same, but maybe not. But yeah, they use circuit boards, and they could be all different. They did the original 2 and the Drop Bear 2. And then they also made some little football microbes, which are pretty cool. I think they dropped yesterday, Apex, at 9 p.m. Let's see. Kaiser Knives Instagram. I think it was on here. Uh, 50 of each version. So that was yesterday. That's funny. He said I was literally on the site at the exact time, and it did not say they were available. And then I refreshed, and they were sold out. Pretty wild. Yeah, it would be cool if there were some Easter eggs on the boards. Alright. See where we're at. I don't know where I was at. I think I went to Blade Bench. Mr. JT sent me a link to one of those Olive knives yesterday. Actually, a couple ones. There's the Vosti, Ritter Hogue. What are y'all wanting to look at today? Yeah, I'm a big fan of electronics and knives, so I've got a degree in electronics engineering from ITT Tech back in the day. I could be a TV repairman, but I could also work on electronics, but I choose not to. It was a little tedious work. I didn't enjoy it. But I do fix things occasionally around here. What is this iced tea custom? That's a pretty sweet looking. No, mister. It wasn't. Oh, that's awesome, JD. Yeah, I sold my Ephros Elder because of the worst pocket clip in the world. And it didn't fit my hands great. I have not seen that one, though. Iced Tea Custom. What else we got on here today? JK Custom Outpost. That's a beautiful knife, too. Morning, Miranda. Knife Solutions. We got us a new, I don't know if he's new, but another blade bench seller. See what else we got here today. Malibu, that's a custom bronze Warncliffe. Huh. Ketuo Knives. There's a Cicada's Wing. It's a good price on it. McNeese. There's a Shiro 111. We were just talking about those yesterday. Almost 10-inch knife. Pretty wild. And that one is $1,300. It's not one of those pretty. A lefty chamois. Huh. Wow. That's pricey. Who in here is a lefty? I don't ask that. I haven't asked that in a while. There's a Brass Brigade Jason Grant Tripper. Yeah, I like that one too. That one's not bad. Gonzo, you're a lefty? That's cool. Did you buy quite a few nested liner locks because of that? Or have you learned to work around it? Do you buy lefty, like, do they make, I guess they make lefty frame locks. That's weird. Morning, Andrew. Morning, William. I've got a green knife. What about, there's lots of green knives. Mister, I've dyed one green. I've dyed a couple green, actually. Oh, by the way, I bought a super cheap version of the Cartier tank. This thing is, I mean, it is a budget watch. But it actually surprised me at how much. It doesn't look terrible. But I wanted to try one out before I spent the money on a good one. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. Good old Santos. Oh, yeah. This morning when I got home from work, there was a knife on the front porch. And it's this one right here. And it is that CKF clone that I got for super cheap a couple of weeks ago. Can't even remember what the name of the original is. Yeah, I just wanted to know how big the Santos was, as far as, like, you know, it's even got the little jewel on the like it's supposed to. But there's not too many CKF knives that have been cloned. So I grabbed this one. It is in stainless steel, but I bet it doesn't weigh much less than the original. What is this knife? Dang it. Let me take a picture. Let me figure out what it is. It is, somebody will probably tell me before I get it brought up. The Tractor. So yeah, this is a copy of the CKF Tractor. About the same time Andrew said it. And I'm curious about how much the original weighs. 12.5 ounces. Wow. 10-inch overall length. Aha. This one is not 10 inches, is it? Maybe it is. I don't think so. No, this one's not anywhere close to 10 inches. This one is a little under 8 3/4. So, yeah. I just got it because of how cheap it was, and because you don't see CKF clones very often. So it is not the same size. I'm curious what it actually weighs. And the pocket clip screw was already loose. Yeah, let's see what this thing weighs. Stainless steel knives are crazy heavy. .20. Pretty cool looking compound grind on the blade though. Pretty wild look. It's actually a good size compared to that 10-inch one. Yeah, it actually feels pretty good in hand, believe it or not. Yeah, I think these are one of the easiest blades to sharpen. If you just treat them like two separate edges. So just treat this one like one edge and then turn the knife and treat this one like the other one. And if you just come off the edge on both of them, it shouldn't make that point crazy. I don't like sharpening recurves. So recurves freak me out. But I sharpened this one, which is the Tonto, and I just treated it like two separate edges. And it's got a pretty good transition point there. It didn't widen it out. I just treated this one like one edge and this one like another one. And it came up pretty good. All right. What else are we looking at? I forgot that was on the front porch this morning. Let's go back where we were. Anything super cool y'all ran across on Instagram? Let's go check Instagram this morning. That Iona V2 looks pretty nice. It looks super comfortable. Yeah, I like that. I like that micarta too. Good old nested liner lock. KB doing their thing. No idea what I'm looking at there. Not so flatware. What are we looking at here? Oh, we're making some art. That's pretty cool. Huh. Anything bending metal, I enjoy. Oh, in fact, somebody sent a link to me. I don't know where it was. Check this out. Hold on just a second. Let me open some messages here. I don't want to share people's let's see. Yeah, these right here are pretty cool. All right, check this out. So this is more of the bending metal stuff. And watch what this guy does. He makes some super cool stuff out of paper clips. But yeah, so this guy makes all kinds of little knives out of paper clips. What is it? Wait, that was the wrong one. Oh, he's making both. Yeah, there's super talented people in this world, and people with way too much time on their hands. There's both. But that's, I mean, you know, that's pretty cool to be able to turn a paperclip into that. All right, we got sidetracked for half a second, but it all happened with metal bending. Bronson Forge. Following. Blade Show, Texas. Reich Knife. Alright. What is this thing? Oh, that's pretty cool. If it does what I think it's going to do when he gets finished putting it together. That would be good for pictures of some type. And there's the little, nice. Well, that thing's pretty wild. Check out the picture on the Discord. What did you do? Oh, you got a scratch on your blade and you fixed it. Maybe. Well, I guess there's the scratch in question. Can't tell. Oh. Looks pretty good. A little bit of elbow grease. Yeah, I don't like scratches. Scratches are not fun. All right, let's see, back to what we got here. What's your EDC today? What do we got going on? Edgy Blade Works. So Blade Show Texas is what? Is it this weekend? Wow, I can't believe time has already crept up. Or is it next weekend? I guess it's this weekend, possibly. See what else we got. Crazy stuff. There's a night mooring design. Night Morning Design. One of his new knives, I guess. I don't know what's going on there. Transparent Knives reblades. $80 20.5 reblades, I guess. There's TC's SLD Magic. Oh, 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 it's magic. You know. Monterey Bay Knives. River Otter. Nice. Table 5D. Who's getting a sea otter or a river otter? Mr. Pete's red knife. Some crazy stuff on Reddit. That's a beautiful knife. Morning, David. Check out the Spyderco NAND. All right. Spyderco NAND. Yeah. That is a wild looking thing. It kind of reminds me of the Kershaw, you know, the 50th anniversary, what is it? Dang it. Yeah, the Tilt. Kind of reminds me of the Tilt. I mean, you know, you got to find resemblances where you can. But the original Tilt, I like the original one better. But yeah, that's a wild knife. How long is it? 7.5 inches. The Kershaw Tilt comparison. Yeah, then and now. It's been a while since I've looked at this.
All right, do we have a treat today? I think so. So Kershaw, then and now. What I've got today is the Tilt 50th Anniversary Edition and the original Tilt from back in the day. So this belongs to Alex over at the Watch and Cut channel. This is the new 50th Anniversary Tilt. And this belongs to my friend Rob over in Utah. And this is not the original scales, but we'll talk about that. And he lent this in. These are cool knives. Not really my Theo.
Yeah, they're wild.
Custom knives. It's really.
Yeah, so that's what it reminds me of a little bit. All right. Anything here going on? Let's go back. See anything? What do we got here? Oh, that's Cerakote. What is going on with this knife? Customize your COG V2 EDC. So it is at that website. Handmade knives. Tough is tough. Click here. Yeah, the COG V2. I've not seen this knife. I like the... There's some things I like about it. What a crazy blade grind. Yeah. Super crazy blade grind. Wow, it looks funky closed. What's going on? Why is the lock bar? Why? I've got questions. So many questions. Why does the lock bar stop halfway? And why is the clip so wild? And why does the blade go down into the handle so deep? Ouch. Okay. That's one of those knives that just needs to stay open. Because that side, something funky. Yeah, everything bothers me. The clip bothers me. Oh well, somebody will get it for $245. Let's see if the original did that same craziness. Oh wow. What is going on? Excuse me. What's up with that growth on the flipper tab? This knife has a tumor. This knife has a tumor. Wow, it's got that half lock bar thing going on again with the crazy lightning anode. Yeah, David, that is a cool knife. That's the one I actually meant to keep. But I know you'll enjoy it. Yeah, Ed, I'm not so sure about that one. That might be that knife, but I think it could be just a totally different knife. Alright. I have not seen this guy's site, so that's something. Oh yeah, Robin, I think, no, it was B Shady. B Shady, did you recommend to Pete who he got a leather slip made from? Because Pete got a super nice leather slip for one of his knives. It's actually got a clip on it. It's not just a slip. But I think you were recommending some people that made some really cool leather stuff the other day. I'm not actually sure if Pete, I think he told me where he got it. Hold on just a second. Let's see if I can find it. Well, yeah. Terry from 1931 Leatherworks. So Terry from 1931 Leatherworks. So that's who made this little slip for him. So that's super cool. He said it was very reasonably priced, too. I guess B. Shady's off tending the machines or something. So what... where's the shop? All products. Slip V2. Maybe that's the one. Maybe that's only a slip. Maybe it was a custom one. I don't know. Oh yeah, that is both sides. Huh. I guess he'll make you whatever. That's cool. Like to know how much one of those was, because I guess I could just ask Pete. Alright, let me close that so I don't pop up. Yeah, the Cavill slips, I bought one of these on Amazon, but he sold out. Oh, actually, no, he does have the brown ones back in stock. So that's a cool little slip for 20 bucks from Cavill. Only 10 left in stock. Did he put out some more? Of the green ones? I didn't know he had a bunch of knives on Amazon either. Well, that's pretty cool. What is that knife? The Shimo. Okay. Well. I'm carrying what's on the table. I carried my my Buzz last night. I don't know what I'll be carrying today. I carry my Buzz and my Tyrant Ultra clone and my Vespa again. And I had this with me, but yeah, that's what I was carrying last night. My day is pretty much over now. You've never had a frame lock, David? Yeah, the blade on it is super cool. Alright, so are these the only ones? I don't know. It doesn't even have Cavill in the description, which is pretty weird. But it is a Cavill, correct? Aha! Here's the other variation I purchased one time. Well, it doesn't even show it anymore, but he had a green one. So I guess that's the only one left for 20 bucks. Oh, that's awesome, David. I hope you enjoy it. Let's see what else we got going on today. This thing actually has surprising action too. No telling what kind of steel this is. I think this whole thing was 25 bucks. Pretty sure it was. It's even got some like milling around here, and I don't know. Look at the lockup. Way late. I love frame locks. That's my favorite lock. Although nested liner locks are quickly becoming my second favorite, and button actuated top liner locks are. But for the most part, I've got more frame locks than anything. David, I haven't actually sent that out yet. I'm going to get it out today or something. Here's the knife that you won, though. The Believer. And it does have a super cool blade. Yeah, it is a frame lock. Yeah, it's a Tractor. Ed. It's a steel Tractor clone. CKF. But yeah, super cool little knife. I will get it in the mail to you sometime soon. I thought about throwing another knife in. So you let me know how you feel about this. This is a real Kershaw. And completely real in the box. Came from a guy from Reddit. But I've also got this Zero Tolerance, which is a Rexford design. Zero Tolerance. And since Zero Tolerance is the, it's a D2 Rexford design ZT. And this one is a clone, but it's also a frame lock. So if you don't care, that it's a clone, I will send it along with this knife. This one's real, this one's not. Cliff, funny thing you mentioned that. I just packaged it up yesterday, and I actually sent you some extras. And I'm just gonna pay for shipping. You can pay it forward, but I'm actually sending you some fixed blades as well to check out up there in Alaska. So you've got actually quite a few knives coming to you, Mr. Cliff. I will probably get yours sent out today, and I'll give you a tracking number. Okay, I just want you to know that this is a real I'm just giving this to David because I know he was a Kershaw fan, and somebody gifted it to me, so I'm just going to pass it on. But I will also include this Rexford, but just know that this D2 Zero Tolerance, you can beat it to death because it is not a real Kershaw or a real Zero Tolerance. And if people let me know what you like, I've been known to send free knives. Mr. Ed, this knife, I think, was pretty cheap for pictures. Let me tell you. Let me see if I can find it. I think I posted the link in the... Okay, so it was $30. It wasn't $25. But the link is going into the links channel right now if you want to check one out, Mr. Ed. Let me post. Whenever you post an AliExpress link into the Discord, it doesn't show the picture. So I will post both. It's $30. And there it goes. It's in the Discord. The Iridium's an awesome knife. Yeah, y'all smash that like button and help a brother out. Just a friendly reminder. I've got a bunch of knives that I would give away if people paid shipping. Yeah, I've got quite a few over here that are just taking up space. So y'all hit me up in my email if you want a few. I'll let you pick from some. And if you pay shipping, I'll send them to you. Let's see. What else is on the agenda for today? I think my Rosies, my new M390 Rosies are out for delivery today. Morning, Pete. Who's lurking? Co-Bunny? Yeah, so I think it's a legit seller. The new M390 ones that I got, yeah, I don't know if, what I'm thinking though is that 3V one might be a clone. So I think it might be a fake one. So if so, we should be able to find these cheaper than even the 250. But you can see that it's 3V on there. And I just can't imagine that it's real. It's called the XYT Thunder Sword. I think it's probably a clone. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's 3V or not, Co-Bunny. I couldn't tell you, but it's half the price of the other one, so why don't you buy one and tell us if you got it? They got a PayPal link so you can be protected by PayPal. I'm imagining it's probably a legit place, but I just don't know, you know, because this is, officially this is made by North Mountain Blade. But this one looks, I mean, it looks the part, so I don't know. But they clone everything, and I don't even know if they, I think they clone the, good morning, Brown Sugar. I imagine they clone katanas just the same. Or whatever this thing is. Short sword. But I would imagine with all the PayPal payment options, no worries, free shipping on orders over $89. I don't know, you know, these are all just, they specialize in anime type stuff, looks like. What is this flying dragon? I'm getting a little bit more intrigued into some of these, though. Chinese swords. Blade of the Breaker. That's a big boy. You can get it engraved also, huh? Pretty wild looking thing. I don't know. You got me, man. They're also selling Kershaw clones. I got one of those Colt knives. Pretty wild website. Got a little bit of everything. All coming straight from China, including the... So that's a clone. So yeah, so this place does sell clones. So I'm guessing that's a clone with the 3V blade steel. So we need to find it over in China and get it for like 89 bucks instead of 249. So somebody's got that for like 89 bucks. Mr. Ed, North Mountain Blade did a collab, and they make little short knives. You can EDC these, but this is a Nomoto design also. And North Mountain Blade sells that knife. It's one of the only ones they sell. So they did a collab with Nomoto. So I'm not far off of knife topic. And I saw it on North Mountain Blades, but it was a collabo with Nomoto, evidently. So I kind of like this one, the ZDP 189 one. And hey Google, what's 183 millimeters in inches?
183 millimeters is equal to 7.205 inches.
Yeah, so that one's 7, and you could EDC that one for sure. It's a cool looking little knife though. You got all of these? That's a pretty sweet looking little knife. Is this a fold? That's a pretty wild looking blade too. Yeah, that's a frame lock with a big giant front flipper. Oh, that's a friction folder, mate. Well, no, it's got a frame lock, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a frame lock. Huh. It's got that compression friction folder looking front flipper. It's a cool looking knife too, though. Alright. Yeah, I had asked him earlier about that knife. That's why he popped in the channel and mentioned that sword. Whatever it is. Katana. Alright, let's finish out today, see if there's any great deals on knives on Knife Swap. What is a Dalton Combat Hooker? Aha. That's pretty thick. Those scales look like some slabs of titanium. Yeah, that thing's pretty thick. I'm confused. Is it liner lock or something? Definitely a hawk bill. It's got some kind of weird lock. I guess it's a liner lock. Huh. Never seen that. 325. This one for 175 sold pretty quick, it looks like. That ProTech. See what else we got. A Zon. How much did the Zon sell for? $520. Shipped, insured. That's a pretty good price on a Zon, isn't it? Looks like it's in pretty good shape, too. I'm not sure what they go for. Yeah, that's a lineman's knife for sure. Small Sabenza. PM2. I was 3 minutes off grabbing a Warncliffe PM2 the other day. I barely missed it. What else we got? McNeese 3-inch Cerakote. Okay. $375 still for sale. What else we got? Little Native. Sold. First owner. Double price drop. What did this one? Yeah, that's a nice looking knife. Anything, let's see, important. I didn't know they made well, that's weird. I didn't know they made this knife. I didn't know we made one. I knew Civivi did. Quibbit. Civivi Quibbit. I didn't know we made one with the Damasteel. That is a pretty cool little knife. Huh. That one is $425. That's current MSRP is $579. Wow. Dixon Shockwave M390 Shaman. Sold. It's a good price on it too. $185. Morning, Sever 7. What kind of link you got for us? Oh yeah. The Cass brand. It was all over Instagram this morning. That's a Sever 7 knife. Got a recurve and all. That's a cool picture. It's definitely a Sever 7 knife. What else we got? Knife swap today. Rebo and Cozy. Zeno. Spartan Harsey. Rex 121 Sage 5. I'm scared of that blade steel. I'm afraid I'll break the tip off of it. Andrew, if you ordered both of them, the $35 code this morning worked for me. So I was able to save $35 on both of them. Yeah, I was able to add a $35 code that worked on those two GTs. Yeah, the Rex 121, I've just heard horror stories about people breaking the tips off of them because they're so brittle. But I like that Sage 5. I don't know that I like it $250 worth. What do I got coming in next? I've got a couple of, I got that best deck coming in and something else. Yeah, it's not worth $250 for sure. I forgot what other knife I bought. I bought a best deck and something else. Oh, yeah. There's the best deck. And what else did I get? Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about this knife. What did I buy? Oh, that Migron Vane. The Vane XL. So I've got the best deck and the Vane XL coming. D-Rocket Designs. D-Rocket. I know we've looked at it before. All Knives is what we looked at last time. I got a lot of pins in stock only. What else we got? I thought, why did we go to this website? I guess it was for pins. California legal. It might have been something like that we looked at. That's a wild looking thing. Slip joint folder. It's got a weird mechanism. Pretty cool looking little knife. Purple Haze pre-order. Yeah, I can't remember why. Like, what is this? Maybe it's something that we looked at. Whoops. Maybe we looked at something like this on here. Because that one has the mill blade. Some wild stuff going on. What are y'all talking about, looking at? Peter Rossetti. Rossetti custom clone. I don't know what these knives are and why. I'm confused. What this D-Rocket Lab, do they sell other people's knives? Do they make all their own knives? Suppressor tie bolt pin. They seem to make quite a few pins. But I'm confused about the knives, if they sell other people's knives. They have some interesting looking stuff though. It's kind of weird. What was the custom clone? I don't know what you're asking about, Sever. I don't know what's going on with this website. Something I don't usually mention much in my streams are my family, but y'all keep my uncle in your thoughts. He was just diagnosed with terminal cancer and has been rushed to the hospital this morning, and my mother has gone to see him. So yeah, y'all keep him in your thoughts and keep my mother in your thoughts. But the big C word is never fun for anybody. My other uncle died from that, and it seems like this uncle is about to be there too, so I definitely need to stop smoking. Yeah, it's never fun when family members go, you know. He's about 15. I think he was 15 when I was born, so he's 15 years older than me, which kind of makes you realize your own mortality. It had basically, he's such a strong person that he'd let it get so bad that I think it actually broke his collarbone. He's pretty much eaten up with it. But yeah, just keep my family in your thoughts and prayers and send some good vibes my way. Mainly for my mother, you know, it's her younger brother. And anyway, didn't want to bum out the stream, but thought I would just throw that out there. Yeah, my dad smoked since he was 9 years old, and he eventually died of lung cancer or cancer. I guess he was like 64, so 59 years. Anyway, kind of bummed out about it a little bit. Of course, he went to the hospital last night, and they've rushed him to Vanderbilt today. So yeah, just yeah. Anyway, back to knives. Gonna probably start winding her on down today. Getting to be right at an hour and 40 minutes. Unless y'all think of something else you want to look at. I'm all good with looking at whatever. I have got to find a little tiny spring to fix this corgi. I've tried every little pin spring I could find. I've got a box of springs somewhere and I just can't find it. But the spring in this thing is little, and I thought about using one of my little shortcut springs that I bought, but I couldn't find them either. They made replacement springs for those, and I bought some of them, and they would probably work perfect for this. But I can't find them. But now it's a knife without a lock. It's a slip joint. Sever 7, I do not know that, but did you see Winter Pudding said that Exceed Designs contacted him and he's not going to sell any more of these. But he's the one dropping the Mini Cortex, I believe. But yeah, on my post on Reddit, he commented and said he was contacted by Exceed Designs and he's not going to sell anymore, which was pretty cool. I respect it. Yeah, I've got to quit myself. I've been cutting back, trying to attempt to quit. But, oh my goodness, look. That's the quality of this knife. It's already lost a screw. Oh my goodness. I'm glad it landed on the table. And a smart idea is to just, anything you buy from China, go around and tighten up all the screws on it. Rest of these feel pretty tight. But I did tighten the clip. All right, maybe I won't lose any screws on it now. Oh, check out your IG. Okay, Mr. Cliff. Let me get it brought up before I even go over there. Cliff Brott. Here we go. This must be the knife y'all were looking at when I couldn't figure out what was going on. It really is a custom Formax Scout. Somebody put some wood scales on it, huh? That's awesome. Yeah, that's super cool. I've still got, I've actually still got over here to the side. Haven't decided if I want to give this away on my next giveaway. But I've still got that one I bought from Midway. I gave 2 of them away. But I got a third one. And I've got my my real one too, but it's not anywhere close to as cool as yours is. Yeah, I like that a lot. Super cool. These were $53.99 on sale, and you just can't beat that. For this knife. It's one of the ones Joe X took 2 videos to destroy. And if he takes 2 videos, it's usually a pretty good knife. I still love this little thing. Super slicey. Well, all right, everyone. I hope y'all have a wonderful Saturday. If the weather permits it, get out and enjoy the day. It's going to be cold again here today. So I'm not looking forward to that. I wish my Fractal Vice would hurry up and show up. It's on its way from China, I guess, through Amazon. Oh, and I got that magnetic board behind me at all times, and that's where that camel was the other day. I was showing all those other button-actuated top liner locks, and I appreciate the fact that this one has the liner down there at the bottom that you can work. The other ones I've been seeing haven't. All those Kaiser, the Kaiser and all that. I kind of wish they would do this on more knives. So you have the option of just using the regular liner lock or the button. But I couldn't find that the other day when I was showing all those. It's because it was behind me. Yeah, I sent the other giveaway winner, can't even remember who that was. Sent him one too. Anyway, everyone, I'm gonna get off here and get to getting some rest. If y'all need me, you know how to get a hold of me. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do so. The link's in the description. If you haven't followed me on Instagram, do that as well. No, it wasn't Michael, it was my goodness. Bill Doyle. Yeah, it was Bill Doyle. I didn't ever hear really what I sent him like 8 knives, and I never even heard a reply about any of them. So I don't know. It is what it is. I would think if somebody sent you 8 knives, you'd say you liked at least one of them, maybe. Mr. Bob, have a good day. Pete, Andrew, David, Mr. Cliff. And anyone else that is lurking, Mr. B. Shady. And one more time, if y'all hadn't hit the like button, do it on your way out. Good job on the scratch, Ed. Coming from Mr. Mister. I forgot to turn the microphone back to voice focus where it would cut out all the background noise. It's pretty wild. I can snap and I can do any kind of other sound and it doesn't pick it up. Packing my cigarettes. It's totally weird. AI. Gotta be AI. Anyway, love y'all. Appreciate